The fact that the anthology Navrasa exists on Netflix on the scale it does, and for the reason it does, which the opening credits will tell you before every shot, to help daily wage workers and other members from the Film Employees Federation of South India, it's commendable, it's all things wonderful. But the 2-minute long opening credit sequence, directed by Bharat Bala with A.R. Rahman's music, featuring nearly all the actors in the anthology, is the best thing about said anthology. There's a great making of video on YouTube, usko dekhna, हाँ? नवरसा देखिए नेटफ्लिक्स पर. आ जाओ बात करते हैं. फर्स्ट द गुड, देन द बैड, एंड समवेयर इन द मिडल we'll also talk about Bijoy Nambiar directs the first short depicting Karuna, mane compassion. The film, titled Ediri, mane enemy, tells the story of a man and a woman on either side of a murder. A man who commits said murder in a fleeting moment of rage, and the dead man's wife left to compute the aftermath of the event. Bijoy Nambiar's screenplay liberally uses split screens to draw constant parallels between these two. Written by Mani Ratnam, Ediri explores compassion in an impossible situation. A man has been bludgeoned to death. All characters involved have a varying level of self-awareness, which plays into the question, misdemeanor versus crime. Where do you individually in your morality sit on an arbitrary imaginary scale of forgivable and unforgivable? It helps greatly that the main roles are played by Revati, Vijay Sethupathi and Prakash Raj, though I wish Sahit Amankar had more than the 2 lines afforded to her. Seriously, why are filmmakers doing this to her right now? Mimi also on Netflix, remember? As is with all Bijoy Nambiar films, this one is also painstakingly shot, each frame designed to near perfection. DOP Harshveer Oberoi works in sync with Bijoy's vision. He uses the same colors in the murderer's home and the murdered, another extension of the split screen parallels. Ediri is the perfect short film story because it doesn't bother with unnecessary detail or setups, a refreshing trust in the audience's intelligence. The only movie out of 9 where the story is told as much from a woman's perspective as it is through a man's, Ediri was a great start to the anthology, getting me mad excited for everything else. But unfortunately, I set myself up for disappointment. So let's talk about the other film which works. Episode 4, Payasam, which talks of Bibhatsam, mane Grina. Directed by Vasant S. Sai, this short is based on a short story by T. Janaki Raman. A terrific 77-year-old Delhi Ganesh plays uncle to Subbu. Subbu, whose young daughter is getting married in the most traditional, old-fashioned ways possible. Uncle is jealous of Subbu because, as is custom with many households, the man with the most money wields the most power and commands subs other respect. His uncle's ego is in constant pain for not being the most revered member of the extended family despite being the oldest. The story, hence, is not just about his irsha because someone has more than you. It justifies the vibhatsaras because the jealousy is not towards an equal but towards a member of a younger generation. Subbu is the nephew who did well for himself. His daughter is uncle's granddaughter, by extension. And uncle's ill will to disrupt her wedding somehow is just gross. Vasant S. Sai's screenplay manages to generate thrill in its short duration. You don't know until the very last moment what uncle is going to pull off. Constantly you're worried for the worst. Talking to a specter of his dead wife trope aside, the uncle's character is very refreshing. At a huge family function, who really is happy for you and who is only pretending for the sake of Samaj? Maybe it's a bit of both. Human beings are complex after all. Apart from Ediri and Payasam, the rest of Navrasa fails short of the huge hype around this series. Far from attempting to move the zeitgeist forward in any way, the short films are instantly forgettable. Some are dragged to sit through. Before we move on to the Surya movie, just a cash request. Subscribe kare channel please, free mein. Now let's take the last one. Surya and Prayaga Martin starer Guitar Kambi Mele Nindru. Written and directed by Gautam Vasudev Menon. Talking of Shringar Ras, Mane Love. It tells the story of a musician/sound engineer who dreams to go to London for the sake of his career. Very good. The day he finalizes his plans, he meets a girl and falls for her. Ab kya kare? Lekin, despite a very cute little premise, the movie is the most awkward short film I've seen in a minute. Like a feature compressed into 48 minutes with important plot points just left out. A full-length song in one location, it's shot from 2 angles, highly filmy dialogue, set design which oscillates from actual roads with traffic traffic and magical rooftops. It's a hurried, basic AF exploration of infatuation versus love. If a 32-year-old man saying, when you meet a woman and she sounds exactly like your mother, you know you're a goner, is your thing, watch this one on Netflix. For better stories, watch Modern Love on Amazon. Episode 2. Summer of 92, written and directed by Priyadarshan, is supposed to be hasya, but it is anything but. A young boy from an impoverished family is humiliated at school for his looks and intellect by teachers over and over again, जिसकी वजह से उसके पास खुद बुल्ली बनने के अलावा कोई और ऑप्शन बचता नहीं है ना for survival. Somehow this boy manages to grow up to be a successful movie star. He comes back as a chief guest to his old school, reliving traumatic memories, which is supposed to be funny, and eventually ends up apologizing for his bad behavior क्योंकि गरीब बच्चा था तो गलती उसी की रही होगी. The movie is not funny. It propagates casteism, and I had checked out long before the final joke arrives about a house smelling of a feces-covered dog. Now we come to Episode 3, Project Agni, claims to talk of Adbhuta, wonder. But this Karthik Narayan movie only screams, someone has been watching way too many Hollywood sci-fi movies. A scientist has clearly freshly printed posters of movies like Arrival on his wall. His ringtone is Edith Piaf's Non Je ne regrette rien, you know, that Inception song. And he talks like a 15-year-old who opened an encyclopedia or two. For real, the science, she says with a gigantic eye roll, is something a high schooler would write. An obvious attempt at bringing in Hindu mythology by naming the leads Vishnu, Krishna, and Kalki is laughably simplistic. We've seen way too many good stories with time machines, alternate realities. Heck, even Abed's elaborate stories in Community were better researched than this. Episode 5 explores the concept of peace via war. Set in no man's land between LTTE and the military, director Karthik Subbaraj has already approached this conflict in his giant misfire Jag Mein Dandiram. Here, on a much smaller scale, it is more effective, but barring one or two long single-take shots with lots of movement amidst enemy fire, the film does not generate the kind of catharsis perhaps it was hoping to. Episode 6 is about anger, Raudram, directed by Arvind Swamy. A mother who works as a house help is trying to break the shackles of systemic poverty and provide her two teenage children a better life. Her son, one day in a fit of rage, commits a murder and everything changes. The most striking thing about this short is Santosh Sivan's cinematography. Even as the opening shots, they set the stage, the landscape this story is set in, you can tell that it is someone very special behind the lens, and when you read the name, it just makes sense. But little else apart from the cinematography works, including A.R. Rahman's music. The story is as predictable as they come. You've seen this conflict over and over again. Side note, police brutality, not okay. Officer chahe man ho ya woman. This is followed by episode 7 in my for Bhayanaka, Manne, Fear. Despite actors like Parvati Thiruvotu, Siddharth, Vishal Bhardwaj's music, and a wonderful house all of this is set in, the movie, which refuses to make up its mind where it is between superstition and magic realism, probably has the weakest ending payoff, entirely failing to convince its audience about anything. Episode 8 is the largely unwatchable Thunenta Pin talking about valor. It is a phenomenal display of just bad acting. To put it in the same anthology, which begins with Revati, Prakash Raj, Vijay Sethupathi, and ends with Surya, really is an affront. Also written by Mani Ratnam. My favorite moment in this film is when a convict runs away with the steering wheel of the jeep he's been handcuffed to merely 10 seconds ago. The army man who isn't supposed to be in charge of him stares at the spot where the wheel should have been instead of even looking left and right to see the convict running away. Considering the guy has a bullet in his stomach, he literally cannot be more than 20 steps away. Yeah, it's not good. So anywho, there you have it. For an anthology where nearly every film starts with a quote to explain what the emotion will be in the film, which, listen, is not a bad thing to do. First Cow had a great one just last week. We saw it on Mubi. But in Navrasa, it rarely ever works because the movies are not effective. Isliye these quotes just feel tropey and kind of pretentious. I don't know. Have you watched the anthology on Netflix? कौन सी आपकी favorite short film है? बताओ comments में. I would do a relation में recommendation at this point, but this video is already so long, so forget about that. You tell me comments में चलो कौन सी एंथोलॉजी या सीरीज OTT पर अभी बेस्ट चल रही है आपके ओपिनियन में है. मर्च शेल्फ है वीडियो के नीचे, वो भी देख लेना सब्सक्राइब करके एक बार, है ना.